The Magical Adventures of Flora and Friends. The Magical Adventures of Flora and Friends is a storybook for kids that follows the exciting journey of a young girl named Flora and her group of animal friends. One day, while exploring the forest, Flora stumbles upon a mysterious object that transports her to a magical world filled with enchanted creatures and wondrous landscapes. Together with her animal friends, Flora sets out on a thrilling adventure to find her way back home. Along the way, they encounter fantastical beings, solve puzzles, and overcome obstacles, all while learning important lessons about friendship, bravery, and the power of imagination. As they journey through the magical world, Flora and her friends discover that the true magic lies not only in the extraordinary sights they encounter, but also in the bonds they form with each other. With teamwork and determination, they face every challenge that comes their way and ultimately find their way back home, forever changed by the amazing adventure they shared. Flora walks through the woods one day, happily skipping and hopping away, when something shiny catches her eye, a mysterious object she cannot deny. She reaches down and picks it up, a feeling of wonder filling her cup. Suddenly, she's surrounded by light and transported to a world out of sight. Flora blinks and looks around. Everything's different. Nothing she's found, strange creatures she's never seen, a magical land, a dreamlike scene. Excitement bubbles up inside as she sets out on a wondrous ride. With new friends by her side, Flora's adventure cannot be denied. Flora's heart beats fast as she explores the world she's been cast. She meets a group of animals, new, friendly faces. They offer to help her through. There's a wise owl with feathers so bright, a playful fox with a tail held high, a loyal wolf who's fierce in sight, and a bunny so sweet, she's hard to deny. Together they travel far and wide, through forests, meadows, and countryside. As they journey, they laugh and play. New friendships form along the way. Though Flora is far from home, she's never felt so not alone. With her animal friends at her side, she's ready for the adventure to bide. Flora and her friends venture forth into the enchanted forest of the north, where trees tower tall and animals thrive, and the magic of the land comes alive. They journey on, through fern and leaf, hearing whispers of creatures small and meek, birds singing sweetly in the trees, as they explore the forest with ease. Suddenly, they hear a rustling sound, and the animals quickly gather round. Out steps a deer with a gentle grace, and greets them with a friendly face. With the deer as their guide, Flora and her friends journey wide, through the forest so mystical, discovering wonders fantastical. As the day turns into night, and stars twinkle in the sky so bright, Flora and her friends rest their feet, excited for the adventures they'll soon meet. As they journeyed through the enchanted forest so green, Flora and her friends stumbled upon a puzzling scene. A group of pixies, giggling and sly, had set a puzzle that made the animals sigh. The puzzle was tricky, with twists and turns, a test of wit, cleverness, and discernment to learn. Flora and her friends put their heads together to solve the puzzle and move on to whatever. They worked through the night, with the pixies looking on, until they finally solved it and the pixies were gone. With a grateful wave and a thankful heart, Flora and her friends continued their journey, ready to restart. The lesson learned that day was a valuable one, that working together, anything can be done. No puzzle too tricky, no obstacle too tall. When friends work together, they can conquer all. Flora and her friends, through the forest they stride, searching for a way home. They cannot hide, when suddenly, they come upon a hidden valley so grand, a place of beauty, where nature's magic can expand. A river runs through the valley, with water so clear, fish swimming in the current, without any fear. The grass is green, with wildflowers bright, a place of peace, where nature's might. But in the distance, something catches their eye, a mountain peak so high, it almost touches the sky. Curiosity peaks, as they set out on their way, hoping to find a way home, so they can stay. They climb the mountain, with effort and will. The climb is steep, but they persist still. When they reach the top, they see a sight, a way home, shining in the light. Excited and thrilled, they begin the descent. The journey is long, but they're filled with content, for they know now that wherever they roam, they can always find a way back home. As Flora and her friends traveled on, they came across a cavern, dark and long. Intrigued, they ventured inside, and found themselves in a magical place to abide. The walls of the cavern shone with light, as crystals glimmered, so pure and bright. The air was filled with a gentle hum. As they explored, the cavern was welcome. As they wandered deeper, they heard a sound, a voice, so pure, that filled the cavern all around. A fairy appeared, with wings of gold, a creature so pure, a story to be told. The fairy led them through the cavern with grace, sharing tales of magic and a special place, where the crystals could heal. In the magic flow, a place of wonder, that few would know. As they left the cavern, filled with awe, they knew they'd seen something raw, a place of magic, that few would see, a memory that would last, eternally. High in the sky, a tower stood tall, a tower of time, that held magic for all. Flora and her friends looked up in wonder. As they gazed at the tower, it made them ponder. They climbed the stairs, one by one, ascending the tower, until their journey was done. At the top, they found an ancient clock, its hands ticking, as it chimed with a knock. The clock showed time, past, present, and future, a reminder that life is an adventure. Flora and her friends gazed in amazement, as they saw the magic of time's enchantment. The clock held secrets, they knew in their hearts, secrets of life, that would never part. It taught them that every moment is precious, and to cherish life, without any fuss. As they descended the tower, their minds were clear. They knew that time was a gift to hold dear, and that every moment, whether big or small, was a treasure to cherish, that meant it all. Flora and her friends had come so far, through the forest, the valley, the mountains, and the stars, but now, they faced their final test, a challenge that put their skills to the testament. They stood before a mighty gate, that guarded a temple of mystical fate. Inside, the final challenge awaited, a test of courage, with no escape stated. They stepped inside, their hearts beating fast, their determination unyielding, their resolve steadfast. Through the maze, they journeyed on, until they reached the final dawn. There, they faced a dragon so fierce, a creature of power, with no fear to pierce, but they knew they had come too far to back down. They fought with all their might, without a single frown. It was a battle that lasted hours, their strength tested, their wills put to the powers, but finally, they emerged victorious and free, the challenge completed, with a sense of glee. As they stepped outside, with the sun shining bright, they knew that their adventure had been a great sight, a journey of friendship, courage, and heart, that would never be forgotten, from the very start. As Flora and her friends journeyed on, their friendship grew, and they became strong. They faced challenges, both big and small, but together, they stood, and they gave their all. They knew that friendship was a powerful force, a bond that would never break. With no remorse, through the ups and downs, they stuck together, their bond unyielding, like a feather. They faced the unknown, with courage and grace, their love for each other, never out of place, and when they needed strength, they found it in their friends, a bond that would never end. For friendship was a magic that they shared, a bond so strong, it could never be impaired, and when they looked back on their journey, they knew that their friendship was a treasure worthy. For the power of friendship was a magic so pure, a bond that would always endure, a bond that would stay, through thick and thin, a bond that would last, through everything.